Deathmatch wrestling, something that's not everyone's cup of tea. Even amongst the most die-hard pro wrestling fans, you'll be hard-pressed to find many deathmatch fans. What with its barbed wire, light tubes, doors, thumbtacks, and gusset plates, oh the gusset plates, and the copious amounts of blood. It is easy to see why most people shy away from deathmatch wrestling entirely. But in doing so, they are missing out on some insane matches and great wrestlers who have taken the independent scene by force in the past few years. In all the hundreds of death matches out there to watch, few compare to the quality of matches put on by ICW No Holds Barred. This promotion, led by Danny DeMonto, has changed the way deathmatch wrestling is put on and perceived, with its innovative concepts like the chains replacing the ring ropes, or my personal favorite, the pit fighter concept. Think MMA and deathmatch wrestling had a child. That child would be pit fighter. This is what drew me originally to ICW No Holds Barred, and in one match in particular blew me the fuck away. Not just in terms of violence or spectacle, but in something far greater in the world of pro wrestling. That match is what I'm going to talk about in this video. No Flinch Nolan Edwards versus Dan Maff from Pit Fighter X3. Nolan Edwards burst onto the independent wrestling scene in 2019 after spending years as a ringside cameraman and working at Impact Wrestling as a producer. His never quit and tough as shoe leather style has won him many fans, as did his matches for Southern Underground Pro against Lee Moriarty and Big Beef. One of those fans was ICW No Holds Barred commentator The Struggles. Struggles lobbied to Danny DeMonto to get Nolan on a card. Nolan's debut match in ICW No Holds Barred was against the formidable Justin Kyle inside the Pit Fighter cage. Nolan himself has said that this match was a make-or-break match for him here, saying, quote, "There's plenty of reasons why Justin Kyle is that Pit Fighter. You look at him and it all makes sense. But if you look at me, and it doesn't exactly make sense at first. I'm smiling walking to the pit, but if I had to shit the bed and not fought Justin Kyle, I don't think I would have made it back to ICW No Holds Barred." End quote. After another spirited match against Killer Be Killed Brett Eisen, Nolan was originally scheduled to fight Tony Deppen at Pit Fighter X3, but an unexpected matchup soon presented itself. Dan Maff is a legend in New Jersey pro wrestling. Even that is putting it lightly. Starting his career in 1999, Maff made a name for himself for being super strong and a legit tough guy outside the ring, once beating the shit out of indie star and AEW wrestler Joey Janela after Janela badmouthed Maff online. He formed one half of the powerhouse tag team to Hit Squad, which terrorized Northeastern promotions through the early 2000s. Bayonne Badass was regarded as a locker room leader and a cornerstone for WrestlePro in New Jersey. He briefly signed with Ring of Honor early in 2020, but was let go in August 2020. This opened the door for a return to ICW No Holds Barred, 10 months after his wild match with Manslaughter and No Holds Barred 1. The Make Me Flinch challenge was announced in October 2020 prior to Pit Fighter X3. The internet was wild with speculations to who would be Nolan's opponent, with some thinking Low-Key, or Calvin Tankman, or even the highly unlikely JT Smith. I would wager to say no one had any clue as to whom was going to walk through the cage door to meet the open challenge, as is the appeal and value for an open challenge match. We've seen with Cody Rhodes in his AEW title run that open challenges can be an extremely effective way to debut new talent and create exciting and unexpected matchups. From the start, Nolan was looking for violence and pain. In his pre-match promo, he explained what the No Flinch name meant to him.
When I think of no flinch, and definitely when it comes to like my life, I think of like not knowing when to say no. I haven't had enough, or this isn't going to stop.
His promo also laid out the overall theme this match would end up taking.
Just fuck me up. Please just fuck me up. That's all I want.
The combination of a don't know when to quit, had enough attitude with an unbridled death wish immediately drew me into Nolan Edwards and made me intrigued to see just what in the hell was about to go down. Smiling and walking to the gorgeously uplifting Live for Today by the Grassroots, Nolan Edwards strolled into the Pit Fighter cage, already furnished with a guardrail and 2 household doors. The mystery of who was Nolan's opponent continued even as the music hit, but the entrance door opened and out walked the mastiff of man that was the king of the fucking North, Dan Maff.
Oh, that kid's gonna flinch. He might fucking die, Ron.
And like that, an unlikely but highly exciting match is made seemingly before the fans' eyes. Nonplussed by Maff and his reputation, Nolan puts his hands behind his back and sticks his chin out to Maff, who responds with a stiff open hand strike to the head and chops Nolan when he hits the ground. Maff proceeds to slap the absolute piss out of Nolan, slaps to the face and stiff chops to the chest. But Nolan refuses to stay down despite the severity of Maff's strikes. At one point, Nolan visibly crumbles after receiving a particularly stiff chop to the chest. But despite Maff tossing him around the cage and smacking him relentlessly, Nolan continues fighting back and gets in Maff's face. No matter how hard Maff hits him, Nolan stands up to him. Maff resorts to his strength and ferocity by driving Nolan through a door with a powerful spine buster. But this only gets a 2 count, at which point Maff orders the ring crew to set up a barbed wire door just outside the cage, which Maff promptly body press slams Nolan over the cage through the doors. Even after such a crazy bump, Nolan refuses to quit.
What's the matter, buddy? Oh, yeah! Yeah! This motherfucker's crazy! I asked for this shit, you bitch! Oh! Get up again! Yeah! Get up again! Come on! Get up again! Yeah!
By this point, the small crowd in attendance is utterly mesmerized by the beating they are witnessing. In a callback to his Jersey All-Pro days, Maff tosses Nolan into the bloodshed wall and then out the window to the ground outside. Everyone, commentators, audience members, and myself included, thought this was the end of the fight. But this tough-ass dirty orphan climbed back through the window and into the cage, and to everyone's astonishment swung hard with a piece of a door.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Again, all Nolan accomplished was inspiring the wrath of the Bayonne badass. Maff literally walks through the door and batters Nolan into the ground, which then produced one of the most incredible spots you'll ever see inside a pro wrestling ring, or in this case, a cage.
You tough fucker! Sit on the house! What the fuck is wrong with you? Listen! Hey! Asshole! You don't have nothing to fucking prove! These people respect you! You're over! Yes, we do, baby! I respect you! Wait! But if you proceed any further, I'm gonna have to fuck your ass up! Stay Dude, you can't do this. You're gonna have to fucking fuck me up, Dan. Oh, shit!
Nolan mounts a brief but heroic comeback, landing a gorgeous Saito suplex and sidestepping a charging Maff, but it only results in a close 2 count. Also, further infuriating Maff. At this point, I was certain that I was about to witness an actual murder take place on live stream. Maff lands a devastating burning hammer through the guardrail to mercifully end this fight. This match did wonders for both men. For Nolan, it strapped a rocket to his back, and he has since taken off, and has appeared all over the indie wrestling scene in America. This match showed just how much fight and toughness is in Nolan Edwards, even if he doesn't look like the prototypical badass. As for Danny Maff, this fight furthered his reputation as a ferociously strong and intense wrestler. His post-match promo cemented his eventual return to ICW No Holds Barred.
These people are chanting, welcome back. And please come back. I hate to say it. I hate to rain on everybody's parade, but I'm not coming back. Because I'm fucking home! I never left you motherfuckers! This is what I bleed through these Puerto Rican veins. And when I say, I do what the fuck I want to do. And why? Because I'm Danny fucking Maff, and now I'm no holds fucking barred, motherfucker.
For people to say there's no storytelling in deathmatch wrestling, they need only watch this match to be proven dead wrong. With limited use of weapons and more reliance on Maff's strength and power and Nolan's ridiculous toughness, these two men put on one of the finest and most intense pro wrestling matches I have ever witnessed. It is now available on demand at independentwrestling.tv. The links will be in the description for all this. This match also set up a rematch, taking place on Saturday, April 10th on independentwrestling.tv. ICW No Holds Barred, farewell to the pawn shop, Dan Maff vs. Nolan Edward 2. the rematch of a century. I want to give a big shout out to Danny DeMonto and the Struggles for both giving me a lot of information on the background of this match and generally helping with any questions I asked them throughout the making of this video. I also want to give a huge shout out to Wrestling with Unicorns and Jordan WS, providing me their own shot footage, which I used in a couple spots here. Thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe.